Victory or death!
Okay, this movie even starts off with yes, this is gonna be annoying.
All right,
Okay,
I am at 20, 26, 27, 28. Is that around where you're at?
yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So that movie that I watched earlier that I liked, or months ago, that Hallmark Channel movie. I don't remember what it was
Hmm.
called, but the plot of it was, I don't even remember the plot, but it was something about a woman going to a toy store and she has to help that toy store do stuff. And of course she
Mm,
falls in love, right? And I thought that was
yeah.
cool because growing up, I used to watch that movie Jingle All the Way, which was about a toy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger doing his thing at a toy store.
Hmm. Yeah.
I always thought that movie was awesome. So, are you a shoe addict, Julia?
I am really, really not.
I feel like that's throughout the years, or maybe throughout the decades. I feel like women have like not become shoe addicts, or maybe just women that I know. I don't think I really know any women that like are crazed about shoes.
Yeah, the reason I'm actually not into shoes is like because I have pretty bad bunions. Do you know what those are?
Uh, Toes.
It's actually, it's not like warts or anything, or like something like that looks gross in particular,
It
but it's
sounds gross.
basically, it does, right? I mean, when you hear that, you're like, ew, what is that like nasty, but like boils or something?
Right? Yeah.
No, they're like, no, my feet bones are just deformed, so they like don't.
That
It
sounds
actually it does afflict us, actually a lot of people, or people start to develop them usually as they get older too. But my feet are like wider around my toes, and
that
so I
sounds
can't.
20,000 times worse than what you originally said.
It makes it hard to like find shoes at work, so I kind of gave up on being really obsessed with shoes a long time ago. I mean I am obsessed with shoes in that I have to be extremely particular with them and like have one pair of shoes that I wear like every single day.
Right, right. That can so be you right now. This character, the fire lady,
Oh yeah.
that's definitely you. And that wouldn't be too far off because you're in the military. You know how to handle something that's similar to hose.
That's me, the hose lady.
I think at one point in my life I did want to be a firefighter for like a day.
It's it's something. It's the dream for a lot of people. I mean,
It's intense.
yeah, I would not want to die in a fire. So
I think I would. I think if I were to take the test, like I know there's a whole physical test, training, and then like all that stuff. I'm pretty sure I would pass everything. Like I would do it pretty well.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just never really. I'm not too passionate about it, so it just never stuck through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I can do anything.
You probably could. It's just like a question of what you want to be doing at a certain point, you know?
Right. Well, I grew up watching Power Rangers, and there was one episode where one of the main characters was a firefighter, and he saw a monster in the fire.
Whoa. Is that why you wanted to be one for a day?
Maybe, maybe. Ooh, I forgot to point out the token black character.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever I see these Hallmark movies, and I see this token black character, I like to think that they're in a futuristic utopia where they found a way to get rid
Mm.
of black people.
What?
They only kept the ones they like.
Oh my God.
I don't know what they did with them. They killed them all or they just sent them to Mars.
Oh my God. Look, in Hallmark land, there are no afflictions, there's no poverty, there's no disease.
Exactly.
Uh, mat- Materialism is just the beautiful edifice. It's not the exploitation behind it. It's
Uh
just
oh. Uh
Christmas
oh.
land.
That's you. That's your character.
Is that his GF? Wait, let me see that again.
No, you can't go back. But that was you. You're the girlfriend on the photos.
Hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. I'm not sure what happened.
I think you went to go
I'm
look. You went to go try to go back and see that thing, and it just disrupted everything on your end.
Oh well, I did not. Leave me alone. I'm at like 7:16, 17, 18. You're probably a little ahead of me now.
Yep.
So far, I'm not sure if she's a shoe addict. Like an addict, like it's like causing problems for her in her life. Her
Yeah, that's
fixation on
true.
shoes, you know?
Yeah.
I think addict was a little bit of an exaggeration.
I think I know what happens in this movie because I think I either I read a description years ago or I like briefly skimmed through it, like literally like fast forward everything and just saw it. I think this is going to be like a Scrooge type story. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be a Scrooge. Oh, like the three ghosts.
I think
Do
there's
you
going
think
to be
she gets the
one.
guy?
I think it's just going to be one ghost, and then she's going to do something. I'm not too sure.
Hmm.
Lady, I said be careful.
At least nobody's in 5G, right?
That'll be amazing. Yo, how stubborn is this lady? Yo, I hate people like
Was
that.
she stubborn? Was she stubborn, or did she know exactly what she was doing?
Oh God. See, this is why I don't help people. This is why I don't open the door for people anymore.
Mm.
Have you ever seen? I remember my ex way back when I used to like hold the door open for people, and especially for like women because I just thought that was the polite thing to do, and my ex would get really
Mm.
mad at me.
For holding the door for women.
Yes,
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe because the other female was attractive or something. I
Oh,
don't know. She was incredibly jealous.
wow.
But I don't know why she thinks I can just get with anybody.
I mean, it's kind of a compliment, don't you think?
Maybe. No, looking back at it, maybe. But,
She
like,
was
if.
like a freaking meet cute situation, you know?
Right, right. But if that was the case, then like, obviously, I would have more than one girlfriend in my life. You know what I mean? Like, she was like my
Well,
first ever girlfriend. I never had one before.
or you were just really good at not having a girlfriend, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Some guys are really good at not having a girlfriend.
Some women are even better at it.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Noor, who I mentioned all throughout this podcast, is the queen of staying single.
That's pretty impressive. I was always really bad at staying single.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many boyfriends have you had?
I mean, not that many, like five, six, seven.
That's kind of okay.
I mean, including like college, where some of them were very short lived, but
Yeah, I feel like it's either for people, it's either that or you have none. You either date a lot of people or you
mhm.
date none. So there's no in between.
What I didn't ever really do was like casual dating, like multiple people at the same time. That was
Mm,
not that was not ever something I did, like the juggling, which
I wish I could do that.
me too. I'm like impressed when people can do that. Or like the girl that has a guy that pays her phone bill and a guy that like pays for her apartment and a guy that like
What?
buys her shit, like
There's
shoes
no
and stuff.
way.
I'm like,
There's
there
no
are
way.
people like that. I mean, the catch is that they're probably like old and kind of annoying.
And they must be putting out. They have to be. Wait, what? Doesn't that seem like a fire hazard?
What? That's insane.
Doesn't that seem like a
That
fire hazard?
that's not even that can't be realistic, right? You can't not have a fire exit. The fire exit might trigger the fire alarm, which you don't want, but like that's just not even realistic.
I would be in hell right now if I was stuck in a what is this, a clothing store or a Christmas store?
You said you would be in hell?
Yeah, what am I supposed to do?
Exactly what she's doing, like a Buddy the Elf kind of situation, you know? I mean, do you like the Christmas vibe? Like, do you like that?
It's okay. I think the art department definitely did their thing here and made it look like an actual Christmas store.
I mean, I appreciate the aesthetic and uh the allure, you know, and the illusion of consumerism and whatnot. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it is beautiful. It's like backed up by a lot of exploitation and like things that are bad for human beings and the planet. But like, does it look beautiful and like make you feel a certain way? Yes. Oh my God, is this a Christmas fairy godmother?
I don't know. She could be an assassin for all we know.
She's secretly Russian.
That's so funny you said that. I was watching something the other day and it was just like, why is it? Oh, that's right. I was watching Stranger Things And in season 3, it's like all about the Russians or whatever. I'm like, why
Hmm.
is it always in American cinema? It's like Russians are evil.
Because of the Cold War.
I wonder, like, I wanna see some movies and TV shows in Russia. And I wonder if they have like the Americans. They're evil, and they're
Oh,
fat.
that would be awesome. You down to watch some Russian cinema?
I'll be down. I just got to figure out. Oh, you know what? I have a friend named Nina who's Russian. She definitely lived over there for like most of her life.
Mm,
I gotta ask her what's the best thing to watch.
that would be really good. That would be super cool.
That old lady looks familiar. She was in something.
Um, she definitely is familiar.
Okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna try to relate this back to you. Is there something in your life, Julia, that you feel like that you missed out on and you would like a second chance at?
That's a really big question.
It could be simple. It could be like, oh well, I missed out on some really good dinner the other night.
I feel like I have like a kind of sad answer, but I'm like, I don't know if we want it to like bring the conversation there.
No, go for it.
Um,
Go for it. I'm all for it.
well, I guess I would say in certain ways, I feel like I'm behind some of my peers in my development or my social acumen because I kind of missed out on making meaningful connections when I was a kid and a teenager. Um, because I was like not not really mentally healthy enough to be able to
This
like connect with people.
Well, this movie can definitely be you, but instead of like shoes you have to put on to time travel, because obviously you have deformed feet, it would be like plaid shirts. Whoa! Look how this black person just teleported out of nowhere. Okay, so
This is
let's dive into that. You're saying you feel like you're behind on your peers in a social level.
yeah.
Why a social level? What does that even mean? Like you feel like you don't have enough friends?
I don't feel like I have a lot of practice being a good friend.
Well, okay. What makes you think you're not a good friend? Oh my god, you slept with other people's boyfriends?
LOL, that would be juicy. I wish. Um, just being good at like listening to people and stuff. Being supportive, like being a supportive friend and not like a practical friend.
Well, didn't you hear what I said the other day about the problems I was going through?
Mm,
So you weren't listening? No, I'm joking.
also retaining information, probably. Um,
Retaining information. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard because I just love how you told me before you were in the military and you did IT, and I feel like that is like the most important job to to retain information. You still there, Julia? Julia's internet connection is wild.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think it was just internet going out. What about you? Like, what do you feel like you missed out on that you would go back
Hmm.
and?
I can have like a million answers to this. Things that I feel like I missed out on. Sometimes, or nearly every day, I like to think that there's another me living a life that I'm living. Only it's like the opposite decisions that I make in my actual life.
Hmm,
All right.
what would that you be doing?
Mm, maybe I don't know. Talking to women, being a little bit more social, trying to hang out with friends and live life. Maybe I don't know.
Do you think it's possible to have that in your life
Oh yeah, it's
now?
very possible, but I just choose not to in certain elements. Like I just don't care to.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
What is go? See, if I was the fire department, I would be so pissed. Like, yo, this is the emergency. A lady
Oh
locked in a
well,
shoe store.
the fire department came to my house twice on Thanksgiving once.
Real
Be-
twice.
because the fucking fire alarm was like directly linked to calling them because I had a fucking dumbass security system. So like, you're fucking cooking turkey and there's like shit dripping on the bottom of the pan and burning, and then the fire department is knocking on your door and it's just chaos. Like the fucking fire alarm is beep. And then
Wow.
these hot firemen are at the front door and they're like, "Is everything okay?" And you're like, "Yes, I didn't want you to come. But you're so hot." Anyway,
You're so hot.
and then like 30 minutes later, they're there again. Anyway, I felt bad for them on that day.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I feel like there's a lot of answers for what if I missed out on. Maybe I missed out on. Well, I honestly don't know. Sometimes when I feel like I don't choose something to do, knowing that there's definitely a different outcome that could have happened, I feel like I don't care about that outcome.
I mean, nothing like being committed to this timeline.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Like I can't think of like are there like women out there that I'm like, "Oh, maybe I missed my chance." Like, no, no. I think they were generally never interested in me. This guy's
Sometimes
a
I
Oh, what were you going to say?
oh, I was just gonna say, I think about it in terms of like, if I go out tonight, what kind of new friends am I gonna make? That I'm not gonna meet
Hmm.
if I don't go out tonight. But sometimes you just don't want to go out.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like it, and then you go out, you might not be able to like be chatty Cathy anyway.
Yeah, this guy who's the main love interest, he's kind of boring.
Are they are they not like that usually?
I don't know. I'm almost. It's always funny to see these Hallmark movies, and they're outside in the freaking cold, snowing, and they have like. Usually, they never wear a hat. It's just their bare head, and they're like, "Eh, it's not that cold out." No.
If it were cold, if he were actually outside, his nose and ears would be like red.
Mm,
And hers also. Her nose would be red.
mm. Oh, you know what? All right, let's talk about this. Well, should I? I don't know. Wait, no, no, we're gonna talk about it. I'm almost hesitant to talk about it because didn't I tell you about this girl that I'm romantically interested in last time you were on my podcast?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I'm thinking of the same person, we did chat about that a little bit.
What movie did we watch?
I
Because I
think it's
feel like
Stranger
that's how I can
Things.
remember. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so maybe there's a thing going on right now in my life that I'm like, okay, I have to be very careful not to ruin things in case there is something there.
Mm,
And I feel like there's a many different possibilities, a lot of different gateways. So maybe depending on how the outcome can go, maybe I'm going to be like, well, maybe I messed something up. Maybe I wish to go back and patch things up.
mm, I gotcha.
Hmm.
That's what you would want to influence differently,
I don't
potentially.
know. Maybe. I mean, it's not like over yet. It's just- I'm just thinking ahead. Usually they never go well. So okay. So from what this movie is saying, what is I guess a semi important moment in your life that if you were to go back to, you would change something?
Uh,
Don't think too hard.
I would like not join the army.
Wow, really? Were you wait, so were you discharged? How does one leave the army?
You submit paperwork to ask for permission to leave, basically.
That's it?
I mean, I'm still technically
So it's not
in
it.
inactive. I'm in an inactive ready reserve status. So anytime you join the military, you actually join for 8 years.
Hmm.
Um, and you sign a contract for how long you're going to be active duty. Once that contract is over, you can ask to leave. Usually, the army is going to say yes if you don't have a contract. Um,
Hmm. Okay. So
so if World War III pops off with Russia, like they could be like, come on back.
that's right.
You're
That's what
still
I was just
part of
about to
this
ask.
machine.
Yeah. Get your ass over here. We need an
Oh my
IT lady.
god.
Hopefully you've gotten better.
Oh my god. I'd be like, nope, sorry, still suck at this.
That would be so freaking badass though. Like I can just imagine you on tour performing music and then out of nowhere you like your tour has to you tell your fans tour is canceled. I have to go kill some communists.
Oh my god. What's this deal? What's going on in this movie? She's got an attitude with this guy. She doesn't like this hunk for some reason.
I'm
Like,
following along, but maybe just because I already kind of knew the plot before. It's I think she well, her personal life I don't really know too much of, but this old lady is somewhat of a fairy godmother, and she is having the main character, relive important moments in her life through shoes that she really likes. So each shoe that she
hmm,
puts on, she's going back in the past. Now I feel like nothing important has happened yet because when she went back in the past, there was just like one black lady in an apartment. So I don't know.
what was actually happening in that scene that
I
was
don't
important?
know. There was just nothing
That's
important.
because we weren't listening.
No, 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 no. I think I think it was the theory that I said like they got rid of black people. I think it was at a time
Oh
where
my
black people were
god.
rampant in this world, and she had
Oh my
anxiety.
god.
Here we go again. He has no hat on.
She's always being so rude to this hunk. What's her problem? She's always being sarcastic to him.
That's
It's like,
true.
what did this hunk do to you?
Nah, yeah. I do like sarcastic women. I love confident women. Women that know. I wouldn't mind bossy women, but don't be. I don't know. Don't be a dick, I guess.
You know, some ladies are looking for a daddy, some men's are looking for a mommy.
Mommy. I saw that too on MTV. You remember that TV show MTV True Life?
No.
No? Okay. It used to come on MTV back in the day, and it was like a documentary series. And they go MTV True Life, and then whatever. The title would be like whatever it is. And they were some really good documentaries. So one of them they did MTV True Life. I'm looking for a sugar mommy.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's
and then
juicy.
yeah, the guy they had on there was such a well, I'm gonna say he's such a bitch, right? He's just like, I don't want to work, I don't want to do anything. I just want someone to take care of me. It's like, bro,
I
what?
mean, I get it.
No, I don't get it. It's just like, I'm sure nobody wants to work, right? I can understand that, but the fact that you just want a woman to just take care of you, I don't get it.
I I guess I think not wanting to do anything is probably not healthy for a person. I mean, not wanting to engage in capitalism is like understandable, but if you don't care about doing anything, you're probably depressed.
Okay. So, well, okay, well, I can't really ask you that question because I was gonna say if you're the main character in this, who would be your ideal guy? Would be, but I'm not gonna ask that because you are married, and we're just gonna, for the sake of it, just say it's your husband. So for me, if I had a choice of what women in my Hallmark movie and what they would look like, I want them to be bilingual. That would be amazing.
Mm. Do you have a preference for what the languages are?
No. I mean, I don't want it like I don't want it to be so random to the point where it's like, well, how did they know this language? Right? Like I
Yeah.
don't want it to be like a white woman who's like blonde hair, blue eyes, and yet she speaks fluent Nigerian or fluent Swahili. Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
So yeah, I want. I don't. You know what? I don't know why this popped in my head, but I was like, you know what? I've never dated an Asian girl, so I would want an Asian woman.
Mm. Spoke like uh an Asian language. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I would really love for someone to be from Shanghai
Interesting. Why there in particular?
because it's like my favorite place in the world, and I want to go there one day.
Mm. What do you think of these shoes? Do you think these are cool shoes or like
I like them. I love women in heels and boots. Or oh, I love them in
mm,
like boot heels if that's what they're called.
they're like stiletto like bootsies. She like cock not blocked her. She like cock encouraged her with that whole sleigh ride.
Hmm. I need more women like that.
You want me to just pull up as you leave the building with your love interest in the movie of life? You want me to just pull up with a sleigh and be like, "All right, y'all, get in."
I don't know. I feel like you know what? I don't know what you would be like as a wing woman. Have you been a wing woman before?
Like, kind of.
So that's a no. Have you ever
It's,
successfully helped a friend either get laid or go on a date?
I think I would say no. And I would say, well, maybe a date, but the getting laid really just becomes problematic because people just get drunk too fast. And then you don't really want to be encouraging them to talk to people at that point.
Mm,
It's like this girl you're talking to that was like cool with chatting with you an hour ago does not want to talk to you anymore, dude.
that reminds me of an old joke I used to say in high school.
What's
And
that?
the joke was, I remember I met a girl at this bar and she was really drunk and she wanted to have sex, but you know, she was drunk, I wasn't, so I didn't want to take advantage of her. So I did the right thing. I got drunk too.
Yeah, yeah. Also kind of problematic. But yeah, I don't know, I've been in some situations like that before where I like, allowed my friends to hook up and then they were like, "Why did you let me do that?" And I'm like, "I don't know what you want me to do." Like,
Sounds like you did the right thing. I don't think I've ever had a friend help me get someone or, like date someone. These little flashbacks, her time traveling, I just don't know what's important enough because it's so bottle cap. It's like this entire movie has only three filming locations.
mm,
It's the
that's how you
mall. Yeah, it's the
it,
mall,
it
the
all
apartment, and the firehouse. That's it.
it all revolves around consumers. I actually think that's a good message. She's being taken back to opportunities. She had to connect with people where she missed those opportunities.
Hmm. Why can't this girl be the love interest? She's pretty.
Well, like you told me, girls like me aren't the love interest. We're the side
No,
characters.
not with the outfit you're wearing.
No, I should be the main character. This is the kind of shit those ladies wear.
I want a woman that has bags under her eyes. That's sexy. There's nothing sexier than a woman with no makeup on. Oh, you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what turns me on the most about women. The most sexiest thing a woman can do is wear casual
Vaginas.
clothes. You said what?
The vagina is the most sexiest part of a woman.
The hell no. Are you kidding me? The vagina? Wait, why would the vagina be the sexiest part of a woman?
Because it's the sexual organs.
What? That doesn't even make sense. There's no way that's the sexiest part of a woman. No, 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 no. Because you know why? Because usually, and I would hope usually, the vagina is concealed. Right? So when you meet the woman, that's not like something you see off rip.
I mean, it's maybe in the future people will just have uh vaginas that get really red, like baboon vaginas, and then that will just signal to
What
the
are you
males that they
talking
want to
about?
mate. I was I was kind of trying to pay attention to that scene, and um,
I feel like you're describing your college days.
I was describing a very far future, like a sci-fi future of the human race evolving into something strange.
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the sexiest thing a woman can do. I'll tell you the sexiest thing a woman can do and the most unsexiest thing a woman can do or have. Sexiest thing is a woman wearing casual clothes. I love when a woman wears casual clothes. I don't like lingerie. I don't like all these like sexy outfits, underwear, whatever. Casual clothes is amazing.
Uh, you know why that's so annoying though? It's like women are trying
Why?
so hard. We're trying so hard to just not be sexy so that y'all will leave us alone. And so we try to just wear regular shit to signal, leave me alone.
No,
And
that's not
some
gonna
guy
work.
is still gonna be into it.
Not gonna work. I'm gonna be into it.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what the unsexiest thing a woman can do slash have is hair. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Absolutely. If it's like not on the top of your head, hair anywhere, I do not want to see it.
Okay, so the casual clothes thing is very specific to the clothing.
I guess.
Wait, I want to listen to them flirt for a second.
They don't
Can
have
you
chemistry.
imagine? Can you imagine that guy being like, live a little?
I can because I tell women that all the time, and then that's when they block me.
But you're not that guy.
I'm not that guy. Please tell them that so they can unblock me.
This guy is the most vanilla cupcake who's
Mm,
just like,
I agree.
I like to live on the edge, live a little.
By live on the edge, he means he likes to get drunk on cider.
What if something horrible happened when they flipped that switch? I would not flip that switch. I would have been like, that is not for me.
And here is Julia trying on her fifth plaid shirt, going back in time.
This lady would totally wear a vest like this and also wear those boots. I can't wear boots like that because I have grandma feet, but whoa, is she literally changing the past?
Is she? Nothing. We have. Listen, there's only 3 locations in this movie. So if she was to change the past, it's not like we could see it.
Do you think her dad is afraid of 5G?
No. That dad's not afraid of anything. Look how overweight he is.
You don't think he eats maybe a little bit too much because he's afraid of 5G?
I think that's why he's not afraid of it, though. I'm sure the doctor told him, like, you're about one donut away from having this heart attack. And he goes, Doctor, I don't care. And he just eats the donut in his
He,
face.
he just eats the 5G.
Photography.
You think his dad is like, I think what Kanye said was good.
That would be hilarious. Like, you know what? Kanye has a point. Hallmark Channel. They really need some sex scenes.
Who would you want to see having sex in this movie?
Myself and any of the female leads. I mean, I'm not into blondes. I'm really not. And when I say that, I love Hilary Duff, but I don't know. Maybe the firefighter lady. She's nice.
Mm, mm,
And maybe the black chick,
mm.
whoever she is. Look at him. Look at him. You see what he's eating?
Where? I think you're ahead of me right now.
He's
Are you
like,
watching your dad eating food right now?
yeah. He's making a sandwich.
Oh, that looks pretty good. I want some of that sandwich.
That's like his sixth serving.
I feel bad for what I said about her dad. He seems like pretty sweet.
Yeah, he does seem sweet. It's just this lead guy. He is just so boring.
Wait, what's he saying?
Oh, you know what? This gives me an idea. Maybe, all right, Julia, this is your chance.
What's my chance?
The way you responded to that, it was like you're in mid sleep. You're like, oh, what? Well, I'm here. I'm here. It is your chance to finally help a friend with a for what a love crisis. This is your chance.
Oh, okay, are you giving me a love crisis?
No, I'm asking for advice. What would be the best date to go on? Well, let me not ask that because this girl is like, she lives very far away. What is the
What?
what is the best virtual date to go on?
Hmm. You could decorate cookies together. That could be really fun.
You mean like
Like
on
they're doing
FaceTime?
right now. Yeah.
It's an interesting
If
idea.
I mean you're into baking. I mean if she's not, it's don't worry about it. But
What is the most romantic date you've been on?
mm, let me think about that. Probably when um probably when me and a guy rented an Airbnb kind of out in the country and tripped on acid together.
Sounds really romantic. Yeah, I've never done that. I've never really been into drugs in my life.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm for some reason I'm having to restart my headphones periodically.
You're
Um,
fine. I all I said was I've never been into drugs in my life. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, what were you gonna say? I
well,
got
I was just
excited.
gonna say, well, I think acid has kind of a bad rap, as being like a party drug, but it can be like kind of illuminating, like kind of a healing experience in the right setting, right circumstances.
A healing experience? What does that mean?
Well, you kind of like think about things, think about your life, able to kind of think about things with a little bit of distance, feel less attached to some of your patterns and stuff, behaviors, and you're like, oh, actually maybe I, really want to pursue like trying to make the world a better place or something like in a serious way or
Hmm.
I gotta
Some
take
very
better care of my
vague,
teeth.
very vague things that you already know, but you're just saying out loud.
Well, you start to like, well, you might feel more emotional about them, um, in a way that you didn't really before. You just didn't really think about it. Or you're like, I don't know, maybe it would be a particular thing as part of like a grieving process. Or you're like, you might just realize like, I hate my job. Why don't I quit and do something else? And maybe like you've been putting off doing that for a really long time because you just kind of consigned yourself to being miserable. Like, you know,
Right, right.
just kind of stuck in a rut, and then maybe you go on a trip on some acid or mushrooms, and then you just
What? I feel like that's not a
kind of
good idea for me because then I'll be thinking about all the crazy things that definitely I shouldn't be thinking about, and they've been suppressed in my mind.
that can also be a problem.
Like I should be like, man, how can I get more women?
It's
Maybe
worth a
I should.
trip with somebody who's like done it before and who you're gonna be on the same wavelength when you trip together. Like, not they're not gonna want to go really dark when you don't want to. Not that that isn't sometimes important, but like there are things that you should not think about when you're tripping.
Mm,
uh,
nobody has a hat on. What kind of utopia is this?
they're also when they talk, no like
No,
um
oh yeah, no air is coming out.
yeah, there's no like frosty breaths.
That's hilarious.
I want to watch a movie where her friend is the main character.
Oh, the black girl?
Yeah.
I can tell you what it's about.
Hmm?
It's going to be about her having 10 guys lined up ready to date her, and she's like, whoever's the first to pay my bills gets to gets alone time with me.
Good for her.
I've never I think you know what, that reminds me of a video my brother sent of some dude of some it was like a video of some dude in his car complaining about work. He was like, I'm so tired of working. Like I can't fucking stand it. Damn, I wish I could just stay at home all day and sell feet pics like these women out here.
I think actually making enough money selling feet pics would take a lot of work.
I feel like it couldn't. It could not.
It would be like a lot of like photo and video editing and like marketing and stuff. Like it
Oh,
would
it's
be
not
like
even.
running a business.
I guarantee you, it's not even that. It's not even that. Let me tell you, what a lot of these women do, there is no marketing. There's none of that. It's just OnlyFans. That's it.
Yeah, but that's still work too. I mean, you gotta market yourself on whatever platform you're on because everybody's trying to do the same thing as you.
They'll find you. That's the one thing about us men. Well, sometimes women don't have to do anything. We will find you.
All these women wearing casual clothes, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, but still, okay. So let's narrow it down. What are my types and not types? I'm kind of attracted to all women, but again, I'm not into blondes. I
Mm,
don't like hairy women,
mm.
and by hairy women, I mean like I don't want to see your armpit and there's like hair. I don't want. I guess it's okay maybe if you have like hair on your arms if that's natural, maybe, but it just depends. It depends. I don't want you to have a
Carlin,
mustache.
why are you subjecting me to this?
Why am I what?
Why are you subjecting me to this?
Oh, to what? The movie or to the hair conversation?
The hair conversation.
This is a legit conversation. You said you wanted to be a friend who listens. You're doing a
Oh
bad
my
job at it.
oh my god. Do you want to hear what I don't like about men?
Please.
I don't like when I try to give men a casual hug and they try to get something a little extra. I do not like men touching my hips and my
What?
lower back.
I've never done that. I'm a really bad hugger. Sometimes I avoid hugs.
I do not like.
I wish a woman would do that to me. Grab something extra. I just have a problem with women touching me. They're just not doing it.
Yeah, it's probably because they just had too many experiences with guys trying to get a little something extra, and now they're like,
Mm,
I don't,
yeah,
I
maybe.
don't even, I don't even offer men that option anymore.
Well, you know what? This girl that I'm talking to now, and it's just like on a friendly type basis. I've been trying to flirt and all this stuff, but I don't. Maybe it's because she's from like a different country, different background. It's just like not her style to flirt or something.
Mm.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
What do you think flirting is? What does flirting look like when you flirt?
Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of what we said to each other yesterday. So we were we were actually talking about romantic comedies, and I asked her. She asked me, "What would your romantic comedy be if it was based on your life?" And then I said, "Oh, no, 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 wait. This is not what I said. I said, I asked her, what would your romantic comedy be? She answered, and then I said that maybe your romantic comedy would be about a black guy with glasses, really sexy, also a voice actor, and is very geeky. That's what I said to her, right? Because I'm saying it's me, right? And
Yeah.
she responds. She responds. She's like, "Oh, okay, nice. That sounds good."
How did you want her to respond?
But that's the thing. I just feel like it should be more, right?
Mm.
Because I think she is interested. No, no, no. She is interested because I remember. Okay, let me give you another example. I told her, she asked me, she's like, "You seem like a great guy. It's kind of weird that you're still single." And I'm like, "Yeah, but," and this is what I said. I said, "Yeah, But honestly, I'm only single right now because you don't live in the same area as I do, because I would honestly go out with you. And she responds
Mm.
with, "Oh, wow, that's really nice." Anyway, she
I
said, wait, she says, "Yeah, that's really nice." And she says, "Yes, we would have a fun time." I was like, what does this mean?
I think flirting over text is just hard
No, it
because
wasn't
you.
over text. It was like voice. It was like voice messaging.
Well, maybe she's just being genuine. She's like, yeah, that would be really nice. Like,
Maybe again, maybe it's just the cultural differences. Here in America, we're not used to people being genuine.
mhm. We're like, yeah, fuck you.
I would love that. But you know what? Maybe that's just me and the type of women I tend to go for. I think most of the women I tend to go for don't have, they're not good at words of affirmation
Why is that? Do you think?
because they're bad at it. That's why.
You do you feel more secure in a relationship where there are more words of affirmation?
Absolutely.
So that's one of the ways that you receive love.
Hmm. I would like to be reminded that you like me. Is that so difficult? Is that such a hard thing to grasp?
Well, I think when if you're trying to do a long distance thing, that is pretty much one of the most important things you're going to communicate because you can't communicate it in other ways, like
You can
through.
communicate in other ways in long distance.
How would you do that?
Okay, like for an example. Oh, wait, Julia is in another plaid shirt. She went back in time.
I got to skip forward so that we're at the same place.
I'm at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Okay. Now I'm just a few seconds behind you.
Her friend is beautiful. I wish she was the main character.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
She looks all right. No, I'm joking. Okay.
Put it.
So, wait, what did you say?
I was gonna say put it in your roast beef.
Okay, wait. What are your five signs of love? What do you identify with?
Oh, I think it's like acts of service and maybe physical affection. I'm not sure. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of hard to nail it down, but I really appreciate when somebody like makes my life a little bit easier. Um, like
So, like,
doing something practical that I would forget to do or something to help me out.
right.
I mean, that
So,
is the kind of thing that my husband does that I
okay.
appreciate.
I was gonna say. So, basically you're saying you feel tempted whenever a handyman comes over.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe if he was like, you know, I notice this is a system you're using. I think your whole, fridge just uh might be a more efficient system if we could just, reorganize all the containers. Would you like me to do that for you? And I would be like, oh my God, this guy's so daddy. He just rearranged the whole fridge.
You know how many men want a woman like that? Like what? I can just fix your fridge and you'll be with me.
But that's the kind of shit that a lot of guys don't do, frankly. Like, like a lot of domestic stuff in particular. Like, women are frustrated because men aren't, like, picking
Oh
up
my
after themselves
God.
and stuff.
Not me.
Unfortunately.
Not me. Wait a second. Okay, so if this is you going back in time, who is someone that you're like, did you ever have an ex that you're like, oh, I totally messed up with them?
Mm, no, I think all those relationships needed to end. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't ever act in a way that like is not how a good person acts. Like there's definitely things that I wish that I didn't do, but all of those relationships needed to end.
I can only imagine traveling back in time and just watching you handle each situation.
It was not always elegantly or graciously.
Graciously. Are you a yeller? Do you yell at people?
No, not really. It's more just like more like clingy desperation as the relationship has gone on for much longer than it should have.
Oh, wait, on your
Or
part? On your part?
yeah, yeah.
I wish a woman
That's
was clingy with me.
that's I mean, there's a runner and there's a chaser, right? You might be the chaser and they might be the runner. But you can have both
Oh,
dynamics too. I mean, there have just also been times where I was just like, it had been petering out for a while, and I was like unsatisfied for a while, and then I just like ended it with kind of a door slam, and I was like, I'm done with this, which was, cold. It was cold, but also needed to happen.
I need an example. So if a guy was like, we should be together, and you're just like, no, bitch, and you just slammed a door in his face. Jesus.
Yeah, maybe a few more words to try to rationalize why I thought I needed to end that maybe weren't necessary.
So the words, no, bitch, because I'm a boss bitch, and then you slammed the door.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a girl boss, and you're uh boy. Um, I'm a girl boss, and
This failed
you
so
need to
hard.
wash your dishes.
So yeah, in a long distance relationship, I feel like there's a lot of things you can do. Words of affirmation is important, but also gift giving is also important. And the way that
Yeah,
technology is today, you can do gift giving a lot more.
yeah, that's true. You can definitely send people things. I
That's
think
right.
quality time's also very important when you're long distance, like spending time on Zoom together, doing something together.
Oh, that would be awesome. I even voiced my opinion to her like a few days ago, because I was like, we should watch like TV together or like something, like over phone or whatever. And she says,
Hmm.
yeah, that sounds good, but we're not gonna like she's not gonna be able to be free to do that until like January. And then I'm like, of like you literally that busy? Like not even like
Yeah,
at
I might.
night?
Do you want some advice on this situation?
Yes,
Or
please.
you I would just say ease off a little bit and let her show some reciprocity because I think
Mm,
you made it clear your interest,
okay.
and I think it's I don't think I don't buy into all the chasing stuff. I don't know, like
Okay. I see
or
what you're saying.
the gender roles about, men should chase and women should not. I mean, people should, be honest about what their feelings are, and you've been honest, and now if she's interested, then she needs to be honest.
So what you're saying is I should go buy a ring. That's a joke. Okay, okay, but you know what? I'm happy you said that because I think that's something I really struggle with throughout my entire life when quote unquote chasing women. Because sometimes I will say certain things and I won't stop until I hear something within the lines of what I feel comfortable with of hearing back, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
So, for
You're wanting that
example,
reciprocity.
yes, whatever that word is, I want that.
Hmm.
I mean,
Sometimes
she,
you got to give somebody a chance to chase you a little bit too, you know. I mean, I'm not
well,
saying it needs to be like an unhealthy dynamic, but
well, we talk every day, and whenever I'm having like a bad day and I just don't talk to her, she totally like, you know, messages me like 5 to 6 voice notes in a row. She's like, "Where
mm.
were you yesterday?" She's like, "You were awfully quiet yesterday."
That's not necessarily a bad thing to give somebody a chance to miss you. And I'm not saying that you need to be like super manipulative about it or anything, but
Nope, too late. I already took your advice. I just blocked her. I will unblock her in about a week.
I guess I would just say in the courtship phase, you know, like there's like magic in that early dynamic, and you are kind of doing a dance, and then it can be a thrilling thing that doesn't need to make anybody feel bad, you know, but it's
Why would it
okay
make
to
anyone feel
make
bad?
like if you like purposely ignore somebody to make them like
Um,
desperate, you know, if you ignore them for a long time or something on purpose to try to heighten their feelings of addiction to you through
wait,
inconsistent rewards.
but wait a second. What if that's what she's doing to me? Like, I legit don't understand how you can be so busy until January to just watch like a TV show with me. Or, but what we said was we were gonna have a juke jam together, which is basically listen to a bunch of music together and like, you know, and just talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, unless she is visiting family or something, and then
She's
that's really
not.
where, yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Well, I
That
know
would
she said she was like on weekends. She like has like Christmas stuff to do,
Christmas stuff. That
like
sounds very secretive.
social
Are you
Christmas stuff.
sure
Like,
he's not a secret Russian?
no, no,
Not a secret Russian?
quite the opposite. You know what? I need to send you. I need to send you a voice note of her because I do love her British accent, and she's so goofy, and I love that. She's so freaking goofy.
Who do you think's more goofy, you or her?
Definitely her. Well, I'm goofy, but she's like a corny goofy, but not not in a bad way. You know what? I'll send you a picture of her on Instagram.
Mm. Um, when my husband and I like started talking to each other, it was over long distance, sort of. Like we saw each other in person after not seeing each other for like years,
Y'all saw each
and then
other in
kind of
combat.
no, but um, we
You
like
tend to
briefly
his
overlapped.
wounds.
Oh, LMAO. No, I celebrated his 30th birthday with him because we had a very brief overlap at training together. But then we continued talking after that. But there were times he was not talking to me as much as I wanted him to. I was like, I want him to talk to me more. But I was like, all right, Julia, you need to calm down a little bit because like this guy is not your boyfriend. And you know that you can get really obsessive, so maybe just like wait for him to talk to you and uh don't send him a bunch of messages. Um
Any woman that's listening to this right now, send me all the messages. I want to know that you care. I want to know that you're obsessed.
but then we talked about that later. I was like, and toward the beginning of our relationship, I was like, I was hoping that you would talk to me more. And he was like, well, it's probably good that you wanted me to talk to you more and not less.
That would have been wild if he would have said, "You need to calm down." I'm crushing on this firefighter lady. She looks so beautiful right there.
I know, she looks just like me.
Yeah, only without the plaid shirts and the deformed feet. But granted, we haven't seen her feet.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, she wears like big boots most of the time.
Okay, I'm sending you the pictures now. I think I have them all to send. Yeah. Okay, sending them.
All right. Pause the movie.
No, you don't have to pause the movie. It's just there. You just look at them.
I looked at them, but the movie paused because I'm on my phone. Because it was a whole thing, okay, with the internet and whatnot. Anyway,
Oh, you're watching it on your phone?
yeah, that was really the only thing that was gonna work.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Her friend is amazing. She's so nice.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay, yeah, I think the internet's working now again, but
Did you look?
it's all right. There are 8 minutes left in this movie, so
Oh, there is? Oh, nice. What's the so you saw the photos, right? Isn't she pretty?
hmm she's very pretty.
You just had like no opinion. You just saw them and you just like, all right, well that's that.
Sorry, I was distracted by my various tech things going on, but yeah, she's very cute, very pretty, very quirky looking. Like she looks like she's got a lot of personality, which obviously I'm a very big fan of.
She has
Um,
a crazy laugh. Couldn't she start the photography business like while she worked there?
yeah, I mean, a lot of people do do spend a period of time doing both their day job and their passion.
Yeah, she could do both. Unless she just really was like, I'm going 100% in. I got money saved. I'm quitting this job and I'm doing it. But a photography business, that's definitely like something for like an entire year to start up.
Yeah, it's not really realistic. I mean, nowadays you launch everything from social media anyway. Like,
Right. And then especially what technology is now, people don't hire a photographer unless it's like wedding,
yeah, an
or that's about
event,
wedding, event, or
like
family.
artistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
family portraits or something like that, Christmas portraits or something like that. Anything else, people can take the photos themselves, especially with the way with these phones are.
Yeah. There's like artistic, like artist, like musician photography and stuff. live
Yeah.
shows or like album art, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's what my friend Scuffy does. I tag her in
Mm,
like nearly everything I do on Instagram.
cool.
She's a
That's very
really good,
cool.
yeah, she's a really, really talented concert photography
Where
lady.
is she out of?
Atlanta. She
Oh,
lives
very
like
nice.
she lives like 15 minutes away from me.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with her.
That's awesome. Yeah, I keep meaning to get down to Atlanta more. We should like do a meetup or something.
Yeah, we should and not meet up. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
We'll meet up.
we should.
Um, but don't be surprised if I try to get a little extra when we go in for a hug.
What in the world?
Just kidding.
I feel like that would happen to me. A woman would show signs that she's interested the moment when another girl tells me that she's interested. just to confuse me. Why is her photography in black and white?
That picture's not that good. What even is that picture of? I'm just being a bitch because it's funny sometimes.
I really want to see you fight someone. I just want to see you say something rude to someone and they're just like, I hate you, Julia. And then they try to fight you.
It's as an adult or as like an adult nearing like I guess I would say maybe intermediate adulthood. Like
Yeah.
I don't have those kind of conflicts except with family members.
Right.
Like people that you have history with where you were like, you fucking cut that bullshit out. And they're like, no, you're full of shit. I know what you did to me when we were kids. And you're like, you little shit. Those are conflicts that you have with family members.
Hmm.
Most people I would not have those kind of conflicts with. But
Whoops. When is the sex scene gonna happen?
what if it turns out one of them has a really particular fetish? Like
Oh,
probably a foot fetish, right? I mean, it's a movie about shoes.
so what is what would be a fetish for you? Like if a guy were to say to you and you're just like you're not interested in him anymore.
Absolutely not. Um, maybe like a clown fetish.
Yeah, I feel like that would be. I feel like either a clown fetish. You know what I really don't like, and it's a huge turn off. Women that have like that whole daddy thing.
Mm.
Like they want to call me daddy, and they want me to call them daddy's little girl. That's disgusting.
They want you to call them kitten.
That is a no. Unless this
Mm.
firefighter lady wants it, then maybe I'll make an exception.
I mean, if you really like somebody, you might be down to clown. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I would try to at least make them happy, even if I couldn't really like it the way they did.
Hmm. Yeah, but not that clown fetish. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Well, that's the movie. I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole time traveling thing was weak. It was so weak.
I just it just didn't make an impression, you know. I just never knew what was going on. It was like I was just distracted the whole time.
Uh, it wasn't because of me, was it? Yeah. How freaking. All right. So let's get into this. I'll start with you. You can give me your scale of 1 to 10, what you thought of the movie, and then something you appreciate from it.
I wasn't really paying attention that much, but for the kind of movie that it was, I actually think it was a pretty good movie.
I mean, it wasn't boring.
Yeah, like I actually was kind of paying attention a lot of the time.
Right.
As much as I could pay attention over the incessant talking. I was like, what is happening within this universe at least makes sense within the
Right.
universe that it is.
Right. Like the entire black population being shipped off to Mars.
Except for her gorgeous friend.
Right. So what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably give it like a 6.
I think that's
Um,
very appropriate for it.
I mean, it didn't like piss me off. Like sometimes I watch a movie and it just makes me mad. Like,
I think you
but
need I think you should
there
seek
was
help.
oh my god, that series Lock and Key on Netflix. Did you ever watch that?
Oh, isn't that like a fantasy thing?
Yeah, it's like this family moves into this old house and there are these
Yeah, I
like
know what you're
magic
talking
keys.
about. You hated
The
that?
keys the keys can do all this fucking amazing shit and just most of the drama is just really frustrating. Like it's just not well done. The story structure is just like not enough keys, too much other bullshit that I don't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see them do more cool shit with the keys.
Well, if you want that,
But
I
in,
know a movie I can recommend you that does that.
what's that?
It's a movie called The Lost Room. It's like a mini series. It's amazing.
Okay, well, I'll definitely check that out. That
Yeah.
sounds really cool.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Um, I mean, I gave that show like a 6, but I if this movie was a 6 and it was just really not objectionable, I should have given that show a 4.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So for me personally, I'm gonna give it like a 5.5. I do feel like there is a story there, and there is. I mean, I was paying attention to it, but the problem with that story, it was so lackluster in its key moments, which is supposed to be her time traveling to different moments in her life that affected where she is now, such as
Mm-hmm.
her giving up on her passions for photography, her not communicating to her dad enough to have like a closer relationship, and then obviously her being single because the god lady told her like, oh, you're supposed to meet the love of your life, you know, and she thought it was her ex, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. It was the fire guy. So all
Yeah.
those moments that the movie showed were just very lackluster because the movie in itself has no production value. Again, everything looks nice, but there wasn't many locations. It's all the same place, just
Mm-hmm.
remodeled. So
Yeah.
that made it kind of boring. But I can appreciate though I can appreciate any type of film or TV show that talks about firefighters because they're awesome. They're amazing. I can appreciate the black friend because she's beautiful. And I can appreciate the firefighter because I low key, throughout the entire movie, I low key imagine being her boyfriend, then being her husband, and then us divorcing, and then us having a romantic comedy about getting back together to raise our child.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm giving it a 5.5. Maybe I should just go on a huge binge and just start watching Hallmark movies and seeing which one's the worst and which one's the best.
I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I like that those terrible Netflix movies like The Princess Switch or whatever.
Yeah, those
Like
are so bad.
they make no sense, but they're so pretty. Like she'll just be in a room with like 8 Christmas trees and it's like lights everywhere and they're just really pretty ornaments on the tree and then she's wearing some beautiful Christmas dress and it's just like nothing that's happening makes sense, but it's just pretty to look at.
Yeah, it's very
That I
pretty.
like.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, that's the podcast. I want to thank Julia again for coming on here to watch some Hallmark movies with me.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Carlin.
Thanks for the awkward pause. And then, so yeah, whenever you want to come back again, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I really appreciate just talking about where you like hair on a woman's body and where you don't. So I'm
If
excited to
it's not
continue
on the
that
top of your
conversation.
head, I do not want to see the hair. Like literally. And even if it's on the vagina, like it has to be. Listen, if it's a woman's private part, right? That's like their temple. So if you want hair down there, that's fine, but you have to groom it for the love of Jesus Christ. Some women, it's like a
Well,
forest down there.
well, the forest is also beautiful. So
No, it's not. I am the opposite of an environmentalist when it comes to that kind of forest.
you're like fucking cut the rainforest down. I don't
Burn
give
it
a shit.
down. I'm all for forest fires.
Oh my god.
Well,
Well,
okay,
yeah.
we'll end it. We'll end it on that note. So thank you again, Julia, and for Starfighters. If you're listening to this on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast, leave a review, comment below, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.
Victory or death!